Welcome to Real-Time News Podcast of the Treasure Coast. I am your host, James Powell, and today we are going to be looking at a few news articles along with giving you some tech, and then we have a little extra thing to do. We typically end with a verse of the day, and we always try to end on a positive note with using the verse of the day, but we're going to have a little extra something about churches in opening up. But I do have my Trump hat on. You that are subscribed and following us on our YouTube channel, you can see that, and we do welcome you. So we are going to be bringing you the latest news from today. We appreciate you listening, and we will be right back with our news articles. So let me transition, and we'll switch to our intro.
The podcast for the Treasure Coast. With breaking news.
Tech. With scripture and devotionals added in at times.
The only podcast on the Treasure Coast, that brings you breaking news, along with anything tech, with edited reading or commenting on scripture, and a devotional at times. Welcome to Treasure Coast's Real-Time Podcast.
And we do welcome you to our podcast, and I just want to personally tell you and thank you for listening to our podcast, and go to our YouTube channel. You can actually go to jjmediaonline.net/YouTube. That will take you directly to our YouTube channel. We ask you to subscribe, to share, to like our videos. We are putting up, as we do podcast on our Anchor FM channel, we are uploading those same podcasts, but in video form. And of course, you will get to see the video that we do, and also with subscribing and following us on our YouTube channels, you not only get to hear, but you actually get to see the screen of the websites that we go to for our news. As we are talking about an article, we are showing you on our desktop the article that we are reading. So please subscribe, share, let all your friends know about real-time news. It's real-time news of the Treasure Coast. And I thank you again for being with us. And another thing that we do always do, before I jump in real quick, we always put all of our articles in the show notes and episode notes. Of course, it's always on our YouTube channel in the description. We have our affiliate programs, with the products we promote, we do get a commission on, and we ask you to partner with us on that. And we also have, if you would like to donate directly to us, you can do it through our PayPal link. That's paypal.me/JJMediaLLC. That's paypal.me/JJMediaLLC. But we do thank you for listening again. And so let's transition real quick to our news of today. Of course, we are still in the midst of this coronavirus, and it's just totally chaotic on what everything is. You are hearing news from all over the place, and I guess one of the things that we do try to be careful of is we never want to propagate false news. And that is one thing the mainstream media, or should I say how the president says, lamestream media, what it does and how it does report. So Another thing that I want to let you know is some of the sites that we show you. Of course, we have, as I say on every episode, we have the links in the show notes and in the description on our YouTube channel. But I do come across every once in a while a site that does seem to be a little sketchy, and I guess I look at it a little bit different. I do websites, so there are easy ways to just toss up a website, and you can do it real quick, and there's templates, and some of the times you come across some of these websites and it's kind of sketchy. I'm not saying that I never mean to mislead, but I just try to bring the true and the real-time news. So all right, this first episode that we are looking at, in fact, let me give you a rundown of what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at, as the episode shows, DHS Report offers explanation for why China hid Wuhan coronavirus information. We're also going to be looking at discounts may help cure U.S. markets and future hit by U.S.-China tension. In the tech news, we are actually looking at Apple launches a new MacBook Pro. Actually, today, the day that I'm recording this, May 4th, they're launching the MacBook Pro. And then in our verse segment of the day, we have 4 big questions to help you successfully reopen your church, and then we end with the verse of the day. And I do want to thank you again for watching our show, and we do hope that you do share this. Okay, let's jump into the report. Sorry, I rattled on a little bit too long, and so we may have to go long on this segment. DHS report offers explanation for why China hid Wuhan coronavirus information. A Department of Homeland Security intelligence report found the Chinese government likely hid information about the severity of the coronavirus in order to have time to hoard medical supplies. The Chinese government intentionally concealed the severity of COVID-19 in early January, the 4-page report said, according to the Associated Press. So, they're supposed to be a trustworthy organization. Sometimes I do question. But they write, in January, according to the report, China increased its imports of surgical face masks by 278%. Surgical gowns by 72%, surgical gloves by 32%. Meanwhile, it slashed its global exports of a host of medical products, surgical gloves by 48%, surgical gowns by 71%. This is the export out of their country by 71%, face masks by 48%, slashing this much. Medical ventilators by 45%, intubator kits by 56%, thermometers by 53%, and cotton balls and swabs by 58%. So the Chinese government obscured the magnitude of these efforts by merging its trade figures for January and February. Wow. That is a pretty power and pretty sad report. And I'll leave this link for the brevity of time. I don't want to jump in too far, but I say again, one of the things that we have to understand, China is struggling right now because we have a president that puts America first. It doesn't matter what happens. He is about us in America, putting America first, putting the citizens first, thinking the best for the citizens. And the thing that it really confuses me and really infuriates me is our politicians don't seem to care. Our news media is corrupt, and it's like they all want America to fail. The reason why is because Trump is not a globalist. And that's what the politicians and the deep state, Hollywood, and the media all think, oh, let's all, the globe, get along. Yeah, it would be great. But they hate America because America is free. Even though we've come through this time and come through a struggling time of being confined in quarantine, but people are getting upset. People are we are not, our psyche, America was founded on freedom. And we could go into history and look at it more and more. But it is time we stand up. And this article shows right here, Trump's been right all along. See, what happened when Trump started doing those China trade deals, he really squeezed them. And they started losing millions and up to billions of dollars. And Trump put us first, America first, thinking of the citizens. So they got upset. So that is what I believe, that's what part of this is about. So now they have tracked this back to the Wuhan lab, and maybe we'll do an episode on that. So, all right, let's jump to the next news article. Discounts may help cure U.S. auto market's coronavirus hangover. And it looks like there's a lot of cars there. But let's just read this. Texas auto dealer Hayden Elder says March was his worst month in 42 years selling cars, thanks to the coronavirus. But April brought days that were almost normal, and he expects bigger customer discounts to help him sell more Dodge Ram pickup trucks this month. You see, the virus outbreak and the resulting stay-at-home orders have clobbered the U.S. vehicle market. But from his corner of Texas, which pushed ahead on Friday with a phased relaxation of restrictions put in place to curb the virus, Elder sees enhanced incentives from Fiat Chrysler automobiles playing a big part in boosting sales. So that is actually going to be good. And the article goes on to say, with levels of unemployment not seen since the Great Depression, 30.3 million Americans filed jobless claims from March 21st to April 25th. It is difficult to predict the level of demand for new vehicles. And Jeff Schuster, president of Americans for Consultancy, LMC Automotive, said the market should rebound in the second half of the year. Get this. They're already saying the market should rebound in the second half of the year. Of course, they're saying it'll be 25% lower than 2019. Well, you really think of it. I guess maybe I don't know a whole lot, but 25% compared to stopping an entire economy. Only 25% lower. Look back in history and how, I'm just going to say it, in Obama years, our economy was in the tank. But there is uncertainty, and they're talking. You see, they're already trying to play the narrative of if America experiences a second wave of COVID-19 infections. They're trying to set that narrative up and trying to already get you thinking that way. I really strongly believe, especially after watching all the different ones that are sick of staying at home. In the past several days, I've seen out in California the thousands and thousands and thousands of protesters all in all these different cities. You look in Michigan, up in New York City, look at all these Democrat states, and not only Democrat states, but I mean in Ohio, in Louisiana, all around. People are fed up. They're ready to get back to work. That's what America is known for. The creativity and the ingenuity, and people are wanting to get back to work. So, that is the America that I was raised in. All right, I better hurry up. I'm going to go long on this segment. Okay, futures. This next article: futures hit by U.S.-China tension. Airlines tumble as Berkshire pulls away. So it reads: U.S. stock index futures retreated on Monday, and this is the day that I'm recording it. This podcast, after a fresh spat between Washington and Beijing over the origin of the novel coronavirus, while airlines slumped as Berkshire Hathaway dumped its holdings in the sector. Delta, American, Southwest, and United Airlines fell between 8 to 11% in pre-market trading, adding to their woes as air travel remains restricted due to COVID-19. Warren Buffett backed Berkshire's move, also shaved more than 5% off planemaker Boeing's shares. Berkshire Hathaway itself posted a record quarterly loss of nearly $50 billion and said its performance was suffering in several major operating businesses. Its share fell 1.4%. Now, I did hear, I'm not going to look up the news report. I listened to a lot of live iHeartMedia radio apps and talk shows, and it was actually just yesterday that I heard, and through Saturday, between Saturday and Sunday, I was listening, and they talked about Warren Buffett. They were talking about he actually sold all of his shares in the airline industry. So they're saying, that's a sign that there are worse days to come. I don't know. But just talking kind of off the top of my head. So, all right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to take a break for a minute, and let me tell you about let me get to it here real quick. The My Patriot Supply. Go to jjmediaonline.net. My Patriot Supply. And you that are watching online just saw me do that. And then we'll come back to the tech segment. And but My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply, of course, they have been talking about meat shortage, and one of the things that Trump has signed is an executive order to keep all the poultry and beef plants running. But one of the things I believe that is happening is they're trying to play up the narrative again, the media, and they're talking about there's going to be a shortage. And the crazy thing of it is I have seen articles of different ones that are tossing eggs out, killing chickens, killing cattle. The supply chain got interrupted. So, if there is a shortage, are you ready? My Patriot Supply, go to jjmediaonline.net/mypatriotsupply, and you will be able to support us that way. They offer emergency survival food, long-term, short-term storage, bulk tin food cans, special emergency kits, fruit and vegetable, meat and protein kits, gluten-free options, and Franklin Finest Survival Coffee. They offer survival items such as survival gear, cooking gear, power lighting, stove, fuel, lighters, first aid and medical, and survival books. They also offer water filtration, different filters, and a personal water filtration and water containers and replacement water filters. Air purification, they have that, and they have the awesome option of buy now, pay later. So, are you ready for your emergency? Go to jjmediaonline.net. That's jjmediaonline.net/mypatriotsupply. And we would appreciate that greatly. All right, our tech article. Of course, this came out just today as I'm recording this earlier this morning. Apple launches new MacBook Pro. On Monday, Apple on Monday launched a new version of the 13-inch MacBook Pro laptop with double the storage compared to its previous generation models, as well as a faster 10th generation processor, the company said. And of course, they have a link there to it. And its new lineup of MacBook Pro was available to order and was priced at $12.99, while its education-focused model was priced at $11.99. So if you are, that is just our tech spot for this episode, and I'm going to shorten that and not dig in much because I have really went long on the front end of our episode. But I do thank you for all of you listening and for all the sharing, and please follow us on our social media channels. I will say I am looking and trying to build another website for RTN, Real-Time News of the Treasure Coast. That's Real-Time News of the Treasure Coast. Trying to build another website, actually looking at some new hosting, transferring over the hosting company I've been with for probably 15 years. It's really getting funky, and they aren't keeping up with the technology. So, if you do live on the Treasure Coast and in the Hobe Sound and Stuart area, and you are needing lawn services, if you live in the, again, Hobe Sound, Florida, and Stuart area lawn services, and needing lawn services, you can get professional landscaping from R.W. Peters Lawn Service LLC. That's R.W. Peters Lawn Service LLC. You can go to their website, peterslawnservicesfl.com. That's peterslawnservicesfl.com. You can also give them a call, 740-710-2031. That's 740-710-2031. You can also email the owner, Brian at peterslawnservicesfl.com. So if you do live in the Hobe Sound, Stuart, Florida area, please contact them. I know their focus actually is the Hobe Sound and the South Stuart, Florida area for your lawn service needs. All right, you looking for a new way to advertise? An innovative way to advertise? There is a new and innovative way to advertise. Let me set this up here. We are with this COVID quarantine going on. Of course, localities are releasing that, but one of the things that they've been doing is carry out. They've really been pushing carry out. Well, let me tell you about a way to advertise your business easily on a carry out tray. It's called Flamin Hot Ads. You can go to their website, Flamin, that's FLAMIN, hotads.net or .com. And what they do, you can actually see it if you're watching on the YouTube channel. Flamin actually puts your business card, approximately size ad, on a carry-out tray. There are up to 6 positions, but if you're watching online, you'll understand this better. You can actually have what they call a one spot is only one business card size ad. If you want a 2 spot, you can actually get 2 business card size ads and create your ad the size of 2 business card size, whether it's side by side or up and down. You can actually do a 3 spot. That would be like putting 3 business cards, stacking 3 business cards on top of each other. A 3 spot, you can create an ad, put it on the container, or a 4 spot. A 4 spot, putting 4 business cards together, making a big square, make an ad like that. Or you can do a 6 spot, kind of like laying 6 business cards side by side, down 2 side by side, 3 long, and doing 1 complete ad. You can cover the whole top of the carryout container. And if you go to the website, you can see some pricing options. Our team, Paul Carroll, Melissa, of course, there is myself. And you can actually call Flamin Hot Ads. It's 833 ads to go. That's 833 ads to go. And you can actually go to our website, and we have a link for restaurant distributors showing all the restaurants we are in, and we are linking up with nonprofits too. So thank you very much for those that are supporting our show, the ones that we refer, the sponsors that we refer to. Please contact them between My Patriot Supply, Peter's Lawn, RW Peter's Lawn Services, and Flamin Hot Ads. Okay, we are now ready for our verse of the day, but before we go to our verse of the day, we're going to cover 4 big questions to help you successfully reopen your church. And I thought this was pretty cool and a way to think about it. 4 big questions. Number 1, where do you draw your line between safety and experience? The first implied part of this question is, when is it safe? The truth is, no one knows, but that doesn't absolve any leader from the responsibility of making their best decision in the best interest of the people. You see, the people will come back when they are ready. It's their choice, but we must still be thoughtful and careful in our planning, because when we open the doors, we are making an invitation. So that is one of the things, and I'm not going to go in and talk everything about that. 2, how do you welcome your congregation back? Basically, what vision will you cast for the return of your congregation? If you don't set the right expectations for your congregation in their return to church, you will surely miss the mark and leave many people frustrated. So, and this is one thing I want to really push. And there again, if you're watching this, you can see this. Communicate. Paint a positive picture of what they should expect and welcome them, quote, home, unquote, to that experience. Question 3, how do you measure success without any benchmarks? We're all aware of the differing opinions and multiple options about how to count and measure online attendance. It's approaching algorithmic proportions. But attendance will always matter, but engagement will be the new rule of measure. And here's some examples of engagement. Small groups, prayer, inviting a friend to church, serving, giving financial leadership, sharing your faith through the Spirit. Okay, and the last question. And these are just some questions that some church leaders need to think about. What percentage of your ministry will be online, and what percentage will be live? What percentage live in the room? I recently had a couple conversations with a pastor in a church, about 1,200 people, and they did not have any online service prior to COVID. Isn't that amazing? In a period of 2 weeks, they were fully up and running. Think of that. And that is one of the things that I have seen and it's really been encouraging to me, seeing very small churches and then those that are big, that have done online and Facebook Live. It's been incredible. There have been more devotionals and sermons across my Facebook feed in the last 6 weeks than what I have ever seen. And I look at the numbers of how many have viewed, and that is exciting to me, because you have churches that are real small churches that have 5 and 10 times the amount of views that they actually have in attendance. So that is pretty cool. All right, we're going to end today. Our verse of the day is Micah 5:4. Micah 5:4. He will stand and shepherd his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they will live securely, for then his greatness will reach to the ends of the earth, and he will be their peace. I'm going to go ahead and end I'm going to read the prayer from today. Lord God, thank you for sending Jesus to not only be the sacrificial lamb for my sins, but also the good shepherd. Thank you for the promise of rest, protection, and peace that are part of both my present and my future life with you in your Son. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I want to thank you again for listening. And I trust that you have a good day, a good week. Please share this. Please follow us, and please connect with us. Also, on our Anchor FM link, you can actually leave an audio message. If you'd leave an audio message, we would love to play it. We are also scheduling some interviews. We're going to kind of transition a few of our episodes and do some live interviews asking what and how this quarantine has affected you. If you'd like to be interviewed, connect with us, private message me on social media. Go to JJ Media Online LLC, our Facebook page, and please private message me. Also, you can send me an email, james@jjmediaonline.net. Thank you for listening. We look forward to bringing you the next episode. Have a great day, and God bless.